Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I see you.
President Warner and members of the Trimet Board. My name is Shirley Block, President of ATU757, and I'm here today with ATU members as well as labor, community partners, Jobs with Justice, AFL-CIO, ask me, TJA, to ask this board to intervene with the deteriorating relationship between Trimet manager and the workers. Specifically, I am asking for this board to meet with ATU leaders and members as soon as possible to try and find a solution to the toxic relationship that now exists between Trimet managers and the workers that are here, that are the heart and soul of this public transportation. Let me first be very clear that I am not asking you to intervene with a collective bargaining activities that are scheduled to begin later this summer. What I am asking you to do is to work with union leaders and members before summer arrives to better understand how Trimet's workers are being harmed by the agency's aggressive anti-union tactics and the development of plan to this union hostility. But let me also be clear about something else. ATU is actively building a board coalition of labor unions and community groups, a small handful which you see here today, to better support and defend the workers' dignity and rights at Trimet. We can and will respond to Trimet aggressive anti-union tactics with destructive protest and legal action if that is the path we are forced to take by the agency unwilling to change. But if possible, we would prefer a different path. We would rather take a path mutual respect and collaboration, recognizing and share a goal and working together to achieve this path. Unfortunately, I am here today because time and opportunity to pursue the more peaceful path is quickly running out. In fact, many Trimet workers feel that the time and opportunity for collaboration has already passed. For good reasons, and for a very good reason, these workers believe that only major disruption of Trimet operation in Portland and legislative priorities in Salem can bring about meaningful change. To be honest with you, as someone who has worked at Trimet for 35 years, it's very hard for me to digest this point. As president of ATU and fully understand the risks of further upsetting these members, by coming to you today asking one final time for a respectful resolution to Trimet's growing culture. But because some ATU members still believe, even if only just a few, that meaningful dialogue remains there. What I'm asking that this board come together with us and try to do a resolution and work together as a team. We have managers that don't want to work with us, and I'm asking you, Bruce, you have control over this, to resolve this solution. Get together and work with us.
Now, Shirley is very precise in her comments, and this is no joke. This is a very serious issue. You have the concerted efforts of McFarland and his henchman, Stedman. Stedman, a known union buster whose whole resume is how to bust unions. This is what he does for a living, is he undertakes methods to destabilize and break up unions. And we've talked about this many times. It's on my blog. He has a long history of union busting. McFarland brought him in specifically to bust the union. And so Trimet is doing everything they can to do that. And that means disregarding agreements, filing false, unfair labor practices, penalizing current employees. This is what they do. I mean, I've been following these people for a decade. It was fine until McFarland took over 6 years ago. Fred Hansen operated actually like an ethical human being, even though we know that Fred now is a greedy son of a bitch and a self-serving egotist. We know all that. But at least he said, well, if I'm going to be a greedy son of a bitch, I'm not going to mess with my employees. And then McFarland comes in, and his entire administration has been, how do we bust our union? And every time he busts a union, he gets a bonus. Now, we're going to listen to that piece of shit, Bruce Warner. And Bruce Warner is a lying piece of shit, okay? He's been lying since the day he was appointed. He was appointed by that hack, Kitzhaber. We all know now that Kitzhaber was a lying hack, part of the light rail mafia, this insider group that's robbing the citizens and stealing from the employees. Warner, who lives on a $10,000 a month public pension, $10,000 a month public pension, he's city manager of one of the goddamn, who knows, I don't remember which one, but he is a career technocrat himself. So he has no interest in listening, or he's very good at pretending he's listening, but he has no interest in actually, he's doing his job as an impersonator. Oh yeah, we care about it. Listen to what he says to Shirley here. Listen.
Shirley, I guess I want to say on behalf of the board, we understand that we have to work together in a collaborative way to provide service for the transit riders of the Portland metro area. And I'm troubled by what you've said there. I will work with the general manager. I think that a few years ago when I first got on board, we did have a meeting, a couple of us, with some of the union leadership. I'd be more than willing to do that because I want to understand what it is that concerns you. What you said is a surprise to me, frankly, in terms of the way we've been working together. It looks like, from my perspective, that we're doing a good job working together on issues. So if that's not the case, we need to understand what those issues are, and we look forward to working with you on those.
Could you set a date with me, have someone set a date with me today?
I don't think I can set a date with you today, but I'd be glad to work with you to set a date in the near future. All right. Good.
Thank you.
You bet. You bet.
So he's not willing to set a date, but we'll set a date in the near future, says the president of the Trimet board, the supreme hack, who's part of the light rail mafia, part of McFarland's mafia, says we'll set a date in the near future. The near future. He's a lying piece of shit, okay? He knows exactly what's going on. McFarland knows exactly what's going on. They know exactly what they're doing. They're liars. They're thieves. They cheat. When will Oregonians wake up to the truth that is Trimet? They are lying cheaters. They're going to steal your goddamn tax money. They're going to abuse the riders, and they're going to steal from the employees. These people are evil.